the next compound we study in the D block is potassium permanganate. You can see the molecular formula is KMnO4, and the ore from which we synthesize this KMnO4 is pyrolusite. It is rich in MnO2, that is manganese dioxide. In India, in Jaipur, this pyrolusite is very much in abundance. Again, pyrolusite is also found in Tamil Nadu. How is this ore and how we are going to synthesize is a matter of discussion. But why should we study MnO2? Now, the importance of MnO2 lies in the fact that it is used in water purification plants to remove Fe and As impurities. It is used as filter beds, that is, MnO2 is made filter bed, and it has a very good backwash rate, means it can be cleaned, the filter bed can be cleaned very easily and very soon, very fast. The ferrous ions get catalytically oxidized in presence of MnO2 and can be easily removed as ferric ions. Now, MnO2 has other applications also in making colorless glass, in synthesizing a black brown pigment. It is also an important component in dry cells. Then it is used in steel industry to desulfurize steel and deoxidize steel. In making the alloys with aluminium which are used in soft drink cans. Then it also is used in decreasing the knocking of engines as an additive in the form of its carbonyl complexes in gasoline. It is also an important constituent in the enzymes for carbohydrate digestion in our body. So you see, MnO2 is very important compound of D block. Now, it is synthesized from pyrolusite, KMnO4 from pyrolusite. What is synthesized? KMnO4 is synthesized from pyrolusite. It is also called Condes crystal. KMnO4 is called Condes crystal, and that also has a widespread application in almost all fields in our life. The block diagram is represented as follows. First, concentration of the ore, then fusion of the pulverized ore, then that pulverized ore is either allowed for oxidative fusion, and then or we can also follow electrolytic oxidation. So after fusion, that fusion has to be either by simple chemical reactions or by electrolytic reactions. So that is the third step. Fusion is done with KOH and oxidizing agent to convert MnO2 into the manganate ions. Then we get the permanganate ions. Now let us see next the reactions involved in the process of synthesizing KMnO4. First, the finely powdered ore is fused with KOH in presence of air at a very high temperature. This is very easily achieved because we have only KOH and oxygen, and you get potassium manganate, K2MnO4. This is the oxidative fusion. Now, the potassium manganate that is obtained here can be obtained also if we treat the finely powdered MnO2 ore with KOH and other oxidizing agents like KNO3 or KClO3 instead of O2. The reactions are represented as we see here. In both cases, we get the permanganate. If you use KNO3, you will get KNO2, and if you use KClO3, you will get KCl as a byproduct. Now, a question comes in our mind, why is NaOH not used in place of KOH? The simple reason is that Na2MnO4 is not readily prepared from the oxidation of MnO2 unlike K2MnO4. So, it is a slow process. Second, the oxidation of MnO2 with NaOH and oxygen stops at Na3MnO4, and that is Mn in +5 oxidation state, something we are not wanting. This compound is rather unstable in the aqueous solution and so not too easy to convert to the permanganate compound. Next, we will see the conversion of K2MnO4 into KMnO4. How is that done? It can be done by oxidation using chlorine or by disproportionation reactions under acidic conditions or by passing carbon dioxide through aqueous solution of the manganate and then oxidize it to get KMnO4. In the reaction between K2MnO4 and chlorine, we get KMnO4 and KCl. Cl2 is the oxidizing agent. From Mn plus 6, the oxidation change is going to Mn plus 7. K2MnO4 acts as a reducing agent. Chlorine in the 0 oxidation state is going to chlorine in the -1 oxidation state. So, though chlorine is oxidizing agent, it is getting reduced. Okay. Now, the disproportionation reaction. It is K2MnO4 is going to be allowed to undergo disproportionation in acidic medium. Such a redox reaction will be possible when an element shows a large number of oxidation states. Here Mn is showing plus 7 oxidation states in addition to plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, plus 6. The point to debate is why is K2MnO4 showing disproportionation only in acidic medium and not in basic medium? The answer is well explained on the basis of electrode potentials as if you consider the reaction of MnO4 in acidic medium giving me MnO2, then that is MnO4 2 minus, a manganate ion is giving me MnO2 and permanganate. The oxidation state of Mn changes from plus 6 in the manganate, that is K2MnO4, to plus 4 in MnO2 and plus 7 in KMnO4. Now, this is all taking place in presence of acidic medium. So, if the electrode potential is measured, it is found to be 2.26 volts for reaction between MnO4 2 minus and H plus getting reduced to give me MnO2, and for the oxidation, that is MnO4 2 minus giving me MnO4 minus, that electrode potential is plus 0.56 volts. The total cell potential E0 cell is going to be plus 1.7 volts. But if you consider the basic medium reaction, then you will see there also we are getting a reaction like this. The electrode potential with water, now no more H ions, is going to be plus 0.67 volts, and the oxidation reaction is going to be plus 0.56 volts, that is remaining the same. But here you see it is only 0.11 volt, and if you recall a bit of electrochemical calculations, you will find that this 0.11 volt is too little. It is less than 0.3 volts, a minimum required for spontaneous reactions. So then in the previous case we saw that in acidic conditions the reaction was fairly spontaneous and it was going in the forward direction. Here 0.11 volt is not sufficient to drive the reaction in the forward direction. That means there is some reversibility somewhere. Let us see. The forward reaction is slow and an equilibrium condition is established. Therefore, addition of more base to the reaction mixture will drive the reaction in the reverse direction by Le Chatelier principle, and that explains why basic medium disproportionation of K2MnO4 is not a favorable reaction. Now again, another query in our mind. Why does K2MnO4 undergo disproportionation but KMnO4 not under same acidic conditions? This is because Mn can show a large number of oxidation states, we said up till plus 7, and can donate electrons. But once it has donated all the 7 electrons, then it will have no other electron to donate, and so it will act as no more an oxidizing agent. Means it will not undergo any oxidation reaction, it will only undergo reduction reactions. So now it will force others to release electrons. So it will act as an oxidizing agent hereafter. It will not act as a reducing agent. It has already undergone oxidation. It has lost all its 7 electrons and now it has got empty orbitals to accept electrons. So it cannot help itself to be oxidized anymore, but it will accept electrons, force other elements to release those electrons and itself get oxidized. So here we have seen why K2MnO4 undergoes disproportionation but KMnO4 not. Now you consider this reaction. Manganate ion giving me KMnO4 permanganate and MnO2. Reduction is from manganate to MnO2 and oxidation is from manganate to KMnO4. So Mn can show the +7 oxidation state after it has lost 6 electrons. Okay, that means it can still lose 1 electron, but after that it can donate no more. That's what we said just now. But it can accept electrons because it has got empty orbitals to accept them. This is the situation with K2MnO4 and so it forms MnO2 in addition to KMnO4. The above reaction explains this fact. That is why it has undergone disproportionation. It has formed KMnO4 and it has formed MnO2. But if you consider KMnO4, trying to disproportionate it means Mn is already in +7 state. So it has no more electrons to give. But it can accept electrons because it has got empty orbitals. And therefore, K2MnO4 shows disproportionation but KMnO4 cannot. Here we have explained it that in simple terms you can say an element in a lower oxidation state will undergo disproportionation into one with a higher oxidation state and another into a lower oxidation state, lower than the one with which we started. These reactions of disproportionation are of less significance. Why? Because the byproducts formed are too many here and separation becomes difficult. That economy factor is also going to affect the production of KMnO4. Then